Bad lighting, inside and outside your home, is one of the easiest ways to make your home look worn out, unkept, and less valuable. Everyone talks about paint, and paint is great for making things look new, but good lighting is actually one of the easiest and least expensive upgrades to create a look and sense of luxury. It's more powerful even than getting new furniture, because even with beautiful furniture, if the lighting is bad, it still looks terrible. So in this video, I'm going to cover the top 10 most common lighting mistakes, 5 inside and 5 more outside, and more importantly, how to correct them on a budget to make your home appear as though it got a complete redesign. Now here's the key. Luxury homes don't use more light, they use better light. So it's not about spending thousands of dollars on high-end work. It's about placement and choosing the right materials. So let's get to those mistakes and then the fixes, starting with the interior. The most common interior mistake is relying on one ceiling light only. It casts light straight down, makes a room look flat, dated, and worse, it makes you look bad. It creates shadows under your eyes and chin, making you appear older and tired. Now that is unforgivable, but it also leaves corners dark with the center of the room overly bright, kind of like a waiting room. When light comes from only one source, the eye reads the space as shallow and boxy and smaller. So the fix is to actually expand the room with layered lighting, which means multiple light sources at different heights. You layer that ceiling light with other sources like lamps and sconces, which create a better diffusion of light, less harsh shadowing, so walls look smoother, ceilings look taller, and finishes look richer. You'd be surprised how adding even just one table lamp and one floor lamp completely changes how a room feels. The next mistake is using fixtures that are too small for the space. Undersized fixtures disappear visually and make a room feel unfinished. They throw light in a narrow cone instead of filling a space. So when you walk into a room, the human brain reads scale before style. So if the scale is wrong, even if the little fixture is pretty, it looks like a placeholder. Interior designers lean toward oversized fixtures all the time, especially over tables and islands. So if you can't actually replace the fixture, try sizing it up with a ceiling medallion or multiple fixtures in a row, like lining up 2 or 3 pendants. But the idea is to choose fixtures based on the room's size, not the ceiling height alone. Now, before I get to the next mistakes, I would love it if you take a second and hit subscribe and grab your free home value checklist in the description below. Okay, the third mistake is using light bulbs that are too cool, which they create a bluish cast. So they also drain warmth from wood and paint colors and even your skin tone, making a home feel more like an office or a retail store. So the fix is using 2700 to 3000 K bulbs. So K stands for Kelvin, and Kelvin measures the bulb color temperature. So 2700 to 3000 is good for most living spaces. If a space or room feels off, before you touch anything, this is the most inexpensive thing you can do. Start with just changing the color and intensity of the light bulbs. That alone can make a difference. And it's important to keep the color temperature consistent throughout the room, and better yet, throughout the whole house. The fourth mistake is ignoring dimmers. Now, lighting is rarely one brightness fits all. Without dimmers, rooms can feel too bright at night and too dark during the day. Harsh light at night kills any sense of calm or comfort. Homeowners sometimes skip dimmers in areas that matter the most, in what's called high impact zones. For example, in the living room and family room, overhead lights should almost always be on a dimmer. These are the spots where adjustable lighting really shows up. In the dining room, chandeliers or pendants should definitely be dimmable, because bright dining feels like, cafeteria-like. In the kitchen, dimmers should be on pendants, over islands, and on recessed ceiling lights. And in certain bedrooms, overhead lights without dimmers can give off a hotel feel. So where dimmers are not needed are task spaces like closets, laundry, pantries, and of course the garage. And the fifth common mistake is mismatched fixture styles from room to room. The problem with too much variety is that it creates a sort of visual chaos. The house feels disjointed and a little random. Now, most homes don't have a fixture problem, they have a consistency problem. Now, I'm not saying you should replace every fixture in your home, but the eye wants some kind of a pattern. So there are a couple of fixes. One is to create a finish rule. Have different styles, but maybe pick one dominant finish in the public-facing rooms, like the entry and the living room, so there's some consistency. The other fix is to at least match shape and size, not necessarily style. So maybe they share silhouettes like they're all round or they're all boxy, globe or rectangular. You can actually, if you want, create your own signature pattern. Okay, let's move outside to exterior lighting. Exterior lighting is not about buying expensive fixtures either. It's about balance, placement, and temperature. So mistake number one out front is that one lonely light doing all the work, a single porch light over the front door, trying to light the entire facade. This creates super harsh shadows immediately, making the house look flat and pretty uninviting. So you don't have to spend thousands on artistic lighting design and a full overhaul, but it will make a huge difference, even if you add one more additional light source to create depth. Maybe you uplight a tree or two or a plant bed. Mistake number two is too much light or lights that are too bright. So now if your lighting makes your house look like a security checkpoint, it's working against you. It feels commercial, not residential. Now this doesn't apply to motion detector lights that have been installed for security purposes. Those can be really important. But for permanent lighting, the cheapest fix is to swap the bulbs out for warmer lighting and make sure all the exterior bulbs match in color and temperature so your house doesn't look patchy from different colors. The third most common mistake outside, even if you have nice lighting, is lighting only the front of the house and not the path. Lighting should lead you to the front door, not spotlight it like a stage. When the front door is lit, but guests walk up in the dark, it feels unsafe and unfinished, and you miss the chance to guide the eye where you want it to go. So this is where you can make a really affordable change with solar or low voltage path lights that are spaced out evenly. It's very inviting and welcoming, and even, a little romantic. So exterior mistake number 4 is not having any lighting hierarchy where everything is lit the same. Nothing is accented. So your nice expensive landscaping disappears at night. There's no focal point. The house looks flat. The fix is to pick another feature to highlight: a tree, an architectural detail, beautiful shrubs or flower beds. Just one $30 uplight can elevate the entire facade of your home. So most homes don't need more exterior lighting, they need better decisions with most of the lighting that's already there. The budget rule of thumb is, if you only have $100 to improve curb appeal, don't buy decor, fix the lighting temperature, add balance, and guide the eye. That's where the return on investment really is. And mistake number 5 is ignoring the pretty architecture of your home with fixtures that don't match the home's style or scale. Your house tells a story from the street, and the wrong fixtures kind of ruins your curb appeal story. It creates visual confusion and makes the house feel dated or mismatched. So keep fixtures simple and classic. Black, bronze, or brass hide age better, and size matters more than style. Larger fixtures look more intentional than smaller fixtures. And modern fixtures look like recent work has been done. People associate certain styles with current renovations: matte black or aged brass, sculptural shapes, layered glass, warm LEDs, not blue. The fixture doesn't just look nice, it looks recently chosen, which implies updated wiring, updated design, and therefore updated home value. So next to painting, updating your lighting is one of the cheapest, highest impact, and best return on investments you can make to upgrade your house. So if you were to walk outside right now and stand in front of your house, I bet you'll see exactly what you need to do. So I'd love to hear your comments or answer your questions below. Please hit subscribe and grab your free home value checklist below in the description, and I will see you next time.